NSFW, how many people actually own sex toys? Is it as uncommon as it seems? When I was in high school, there was a girl that was putting in a big online order for beep toys. Everybody lived with their parents and didn't want their parents to get the delivery, so people gave her the money and she acted as the beep *** middleman. A lot of girls were in on it. She told me that her dad ended up seeing the giant box full of hundreds of dollars of beep toys in her room, and was just too astonished to say anything about it. My freshman year in college, I was the beep toy store lady. I would take groups of fellow students to the beep shop and we'd all discuss what everyone was looking for, what kind of stuff they wanted, and recommend brands and toys. It was great. I know so many women who only had their first beep after that trip. My wife owns a menacing strap-on that made me laugh so hard my butt plug popped out. I wonder if there's one that can make different songs when you toot, like with a reed or something. First, tell me, what isn't a beep toy? It's nice to see an *** have full perspective. Now I'm questioning if it's weird that I have an entire dedicated drawer of them. I wouldn't say it's at all uncommon, especially these days when you can literally buy vibrators off the shelf at Walmart and Target. My girlfriends and I pass reviews and recommendations to each other fairly regularly, and only a couple of guys I've dated have seemed a bit intimidated by my collection. In fact, most of them appreciate that I know what I like and are more than happy to take advantage of the accessories. Yeah, WTF, I'm suddenly feeling the urge to put my box of treasures under a sheet. It can't be uncommon, especially now with online shopping. Kids these days will never have to know the discomfort of beep toy shopping in a store full of people. It's pretty mainstream. There's even an MLM for that. I mean, once I move out I'm gonna have some LMAO. I had a vibrator when I was in high school. I hid it in my drawer, beside an old pack of cigarettes. One day, my mom suddenly asked me if I smoked. She said she'd found the cigarettes. I knew for sure that she'd seen the vibrator too, but she didn't say anything about it. To this day, I still cringe about that moment. TBH, if I found cigarettes and a beep toy in my kid's room, I'd only care about one of those things. Lol, what? Pretty much everyone I know owns beep toys. I didn't know. Thanks for sharing. I do. Multiple. My best friend does too. I don't have any, but my wife has some. She lets me drive them sometimes. Anything is a beep toy if you're brave enough. This is both a great t-shirt and what I imagine are some pornographic legends' famous last words. Pretty much everyone I know does. Why do you think it's uncommon? I would consider my wife and I pretty vanilla compared to what I see here, but we have a couple vibrators and some other odds and ends we pull out occasionally. I agree. Even my cousin, who was raised to be super conservative where beep is concerned, has beep toys and even sells them via Pure Romance. They're illegal where I live, so there is apparently a roaring black market for them. LMAO, I'll find it one day. I don't know a single person who I know well enough to have discussed the matter with, who doesn't own at least one beep toy. It's not uncommon at all. Tons of people own beep toys. Asking who doesn't, and why, would be far more interesting. I guess I'm a rarity on here. I don't own beep toys. I've tried them in the past and they make it easier but not better. It's also such a pain to clean them every time. My hands work just as well and I don't have to get out of bed after. Have plenty. It makes everything more fun and nothing you should be ashamed of. Sounding toys though? Scary. I'm more curious about how many straight guys have those. There is a lot more stigma, because it makes you a loser, and etc. So no one here is gonna judge me for having the PUSSYNATOR 3000 with vibrating heating coil, massager and self-lubrication mechanism. FYIR, Ask Reddit After Dark exists for this type of question. Why do you think it's uncommon? You don't even have to go to beep shops anymore. Spencer's in the mall has like an actual decent selection for guys and girls. Not to mention all the online options now. I'm 28 meters Catholic family. I have a fleshlight-like sleeve and a beep ***. My 30 FGF small town Baptist family has 4 vibrators and some nipple clamps. I know her, approximately 60F mom has at least 1 vibrator too. GF and I aren't kinky at all. No cuffs or whips or bondage or swings or dungeons, but that's still like 7 toys for us. I think it's very common to have at least a few. Most girls I know own beep toys. Almost no guys that I know own any. I own 2 different vibrators, and I'm male. Realized at some point that most of the women I was sleeping with were using a vibrator to beep at home, and that was enough reason for me to invest. Turns out that they've made a big difference in my partner to beep life, and it's nice to give my other parts a break sometimes too. I wish I did, tbh. Been thinking about getting 1 or 2. The end of a spatula handle shushing face. The only people I know who didn't were straight. This is one of the defining difference between beep and straights. Nearly every beep asterisk person I know has a veritable treasure trove of toys. Straight people are real hit or miss. Most people I know have at least 1. My LGBT+ friends just have more than 1. For every sex toy you don't own I have 12. I think most people have some form of toy at some point in their life. But some beads in her bum or a ring around your ding, it's quite the fun time. Had one of those egg masturbator toys for a bit, was never quite sure if I actually enjoyed it or not, felt weird. I never hear guys discuss or recommend toys, but girls much more openly discuss it. Most girls I know do, most guys I know don't. I live with my conservative parents, so vegetables do the trick for me. Yeah, beep that cauliflower. I must be in the kiddie pool. Beep toys taboo. Come on. Definitely do, and I hope so. Why should anyone be denied an extra variety of fun? Harmless, yet satisfying upside-down face. We've got plenty, and I'm not sure if I can think of many friends who don't own at least 1. I've got a few. It's not so odd. I own plenty. I'm pretty sure the majority of adults have beep toys. I do. I kinda just assumed that more than 50% of people did. More women than men, but still. I don't think it's as big a thing as it should be, but business is throbbing. Well, my wife owned 1 when I first met her, and then she became a pure romance consultant. When she stopped consulting, she still had a bit of leftover stock, so we have quite a few toys now. It's nice to have the variety, haha. In Western countries it's pretty common, but huge swaths of the world have colonial-era, old-school laws that ban them. Even if the old laws aren't strictly enforced, it does restrict the open sale. Does it really seem uncommon? I feel like most people probably own a beep toy at some point in their lives. I want a real beep toy, but I'm too embarrassed to go into a store, and I'm worried the plain packaging will have the name of the company on it. I'm not worried about it showing up on my credit card. I'm the only one who sees it. Send it to an Amazon locker and take a bag with you when you pick it up. Do phones on vibrate count? I think most people own beep toys, judging by the number of times I've been with someone new and they've pulled out some scary looking beep asterisk. It's not uncommon at all. It's not uncommon. I do, and thanks to an accidental discovery as a teenager, I know my mom does too. Wait, it's an allegedly uncommon thing? I was under the impression that a lot more people had them over people who talk about having them. I've had lots of different toys since I was around 16. My husband